Hello students, today we will study chapter 5 of class 9th biology, that is fundamental unit of life. This chapter is regarding cell. Cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in year 1665 while examining a thin slice of cork under his self-designed microscope. Cork is a substance comes from bark of the tree. The structure of cork under microscope resemble honeycomb structure with little compartments, and Robert Hooke called them cells. Cell is a Latin word used for small room. This was the first time when someone discovered that the body of organisms are made up of separate unit called cells. And cell is also called the building block of life because all living organisms on the earth are made up of cell. Some are made up of single cell and some are made up of many cells. The organisms which are made up of single cell are called unicellular organism, while the organism made up of more than one cell are called multicellular organism. Example of unicellular organism are amoeba, bacteria, paramecium, etc. While example of multicellular organism are cow, cat, human being, plants, etc. Cell are also called fundamental unit of life because cell has acquired a specific structure and has ability to perform all its function independently. Cell are able to perform all its function due to arrangement or organization of its membrane and its organelles in a specific way, which allow it to perform all its function like respiration, obtaining nutrition, clearing waste, protein synthesizing, etc. independently. Therefore, cells are called basic structural and functional unit of life. Cells differ greatly in shape and size. As you can see here in the diagram, they may be disc-like, polygonal, columnar, cuboidal, thread-like, or even irregular. The shape of cell may vary according to their function. They perform different function, and according to that function they have different shapes. And also size. As mycoplasma, you can see in the diagram, is the smallest cell ever known. It is also called PPLO, pleuropneumonia like organism, and the ostrich cell here is the largest, ostrich egg is the largest cell ever known. Next is type of cell. Basically there are two types of cell, prokaryotics and eukaryotics. Pro means primitive and karyot means nucleus. It means they have primitive nucleus. Their nucleus are not well defined. These are the cells in which genetic material are lie naked in the cytoplasm. There is no covering, no nuclear membrane. And they also do not have cytoplasmic organelles. Organelles are the little organs present inside the cell to divide the labor of cell, and they perform different functions inside the cell. But prokaryotics does not have membrane bound organelles. They does not have well defined nuclear membrane. Their genetic material lie naked on the cytoplasm. While eukaryotic cell, it has well defined nuclear membrane which envelop the genetic material inside it, and they also have membrane bound organelles to perform various functions of the cell. In the diagram you can see here, in eukaryotic cell, the nucleus with DNA. It means DNA, that is genetic material, is surrounded by nuclear membrane. They also have membrane bound organelles, you can see, to perform different functions. But in prokaryotic cell, genetic material is lie naked, and they also do not have any membrane bound organelles inside it. Let us see the structural organization of cell. When we observe any cell under microscope, we observe the three feature of the cell which is present in every cell, that are plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell and it is selectively permeable. Permeable means those membrane that allow substances to pass across it. So plasma membrane is selectively permeable. It means it allows only selected things to come across it and get inside or outside of the cell. Plasma membrane is made up of lipid and protein. Next is nucleus, which is also called brain of the cell. It contains genetic material, DNA inside it, and it has covering in eukaryotic cell, that is called nuclear membrane. Nucleus has double membrane to cover it. It is double membranous organelle. Presence of nuclear membrane is a key factor to differentiate between eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. As we learned earlier that eukaryotic cell have nuclear membrane while prokaryotic cells does not have nuclear membrane to cover genetic material. Cytoplasm is jelly-like substance which form matrix inside the cell. It contain all the membrane bound organelle and it also provide medium for the biochemical reactions to take place inside the cell. Now, how substances move across the plasma membrane? As we learned that plasma membrane is selectively permeable and it allows things to get in and out of the cell. But how? By the process of diffusion and osmosis. Here, diffusion and osmosis, in both the process, substances move from higher concentration to lower concentration. But diffusion is for the movement of gases and osmosis is for the movement of liquid. When the gases like carbon dioxide, oxygen move from higher concentration to lower concentration across the plasma membrane, that is, the process is called diffusion. If the liquid move across the plasma membrane from higher concentration to lower concentration, then the process is called osmosis. In upcoming video, we will discuss osmosis in more detail. Cell wall, it is one more covering present in the cell in addition to plasma membrane, but it is present in only plant cell, fungal cell and bacterial cell and absent in animal cell. Cell wall is a rigid covering. It protects cells from infections, from bursting and also help to maintain the shape of the cell. It is rigid outermost covering of the cell. Plant cell has cell wall made up of cellulose and in fungal cell wall are made up of chitin. Both the chitin and cellulose are complex sugar. Animal cell does not have any cell wall. One more thing to remember is the phenomena of plasmolysis, which is asked in exam most often. This is when a living plant cell lose water during osmosis. At that time, the content of cell shrink away from cell wall to the center of the cell, and this phenomena is called plasmolysis. Keep it as important point because it come in exam many times. Cell organelles. As I told you that eukaryotic cells has many membrane bound organelles to perform different function of the cell. So let us discuss them one by one. First is mitochondria, which is also called powerhouse of the cell because it generates energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is adenosine triphosphate is energy currency of the cell. and we use ATP, and we get energy, and we can perform all our activities. So energy is generated in mitochondria, therefore it is also called powerhouse of the cell. It is double membranous organelle. It has double membrane, and it also has its own ribosome and some genetic material. So mitochondria is capable of synthesizing some of its protein by its own. Next is plastid. Plastid is organelle which is found only in plant and is absent in animal cells. There are three types of plastid: chromoplast, chloroplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast is the plastid that impart color, different color, to the flower and fruit of the plant, and chloroplast has green pigment chlorophyll that help in photosynthesis in plant. Photosynthesis is the process by which plant prepare their food by using sunlight. And leucoplast is a colorless plastid that help in the storage of substances inside the plant. It helps to store protein, starch, fat, etc. Plastid is also one of those organs like mitochondria that has its own ribosome and genetic material. It can also synthesize some of its own protein. So many times it has that name to organelle that has their own genetic material and ribosome. So the answer is plastid and mitochondria. Endoplasmic reticulum. It is large network of membrane bound tube. Actually it is extension of the outer membrane of nucleus. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth. Rough is called so because it has ribosomes on its surface, and when we observe it under electron microscope, its surface appear rough due to presence of ribosomes on it. Ribosome is a non-membrane bound organelle which help in the synthesizing of protein. Therefore, rough endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for the manufacture of protein for cell. While smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not have ribosome on its surface, therefore it appears smooth, and it helps in the manufacture of fat and lipid for the cell. It helps in manufacture of fat and lipid, while rough endoplasmic reticulum help in the synthesizing of protein for the cell. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum also help in detoxifying poison and drug inside the cell. Golgi body, which was first discovered by scientist Camillo Golgi. The material synthesized by endoplasmic reticulum are packed and dispatched to the various target part of the cell by Golgi body. Its function is storage, modification and packaging of product in vesicles. It gets product from endoplasmic reticulum, modify them, store them, pack them, then dispatch them to the target part of the cell. Some complex sugar are also made inside the Golgi body, and it also involved in the formation of lysosome. Now what is lysosome? Lysosome is also a membrane bound organelle present inside the cell. It helps in cleaning of the cell when some pathogen enter inside the cell, or when the organelles of the cell worn out, torn out, and the cell need to clean the cell by digesting them. So lysosome has strong digestive enzymes inside it, which help to digest all these waste material and throw it out of the cell. Lysosome is also called suicidal bag of the cell. This is very important point to note. It is also called suicidal bag of the cell because when cell get damaged chemically or physically, and to protect the neighboring cells from such kind of damage, lysosome burst inside the cell and digest its own cell. Therefore it is called suicidal bag of the cell. Vacuole, they are called storage sac for solid or liquid content. It means it is storage house of the cell. They are small in animal cell and vacuolar, large and single in plant cell. In plant cell, vacuole cover up to 90 to 95% volume of the plant cell, and it helps to provide rigidity and turgidity to the cell and also help them to maintain their shape. Here is the difference between plant cell and animal cell. So first is that animal cell does not have cell wall while plant cell have cell wall. Plastid are absent in animal cell, plastid are present in plant cell. Animal cell have small vacuole while plant cell have a large vacuole. Okay, so here we have completed our chapter cell, class 9th. And if you like this video, do like and subscribe my channel also. Keep studying, keep making notes. Thank you.